Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Time for Strike the Blood. Hockey's like, no. um, this episode was weird. If you're wondering what I mean by that. I don't know. This episode was strange because the beginning was pretty awesome. We had this, I guess you call him metamorpher. You know, he was like a cat. I was like, wow, who's this guy? He was like a cat man. And he was like blowing up shit. And we have the sense of his professor, his teacher, going there because she's a attack mage. And she's trying to stop him and take care of him. And I was like, all right. But it was weird because this episode was going back and forth. Like you'll have her attacking this guy in the beginning. Then we go to this school. And then all of a sudden, we have her again attacking this other guy who was in cahoots with him. He was an underling. And they're basically, the whole gist was they're working for this guy, Gardo, if I'm saying it right. And he's doing some shady shit. Like he's stealing stuff, like these artifacts that he's stealing and stuff. And so on and so forth. So this episode was weird for me. But still, I'm going to give it a benefit of the doubt because towards the end it got pretty good. But nothing for I'd stay with a 4. I'd stay with a 4. A 4 only because of what happened towards the end of the episode. And yeah. Yeah, let's get into the meat. Beginning part I just told you, and pretty much then we have, Kujo. His school life stuff. He's going to school and he bumped, with himeragi and everything and so on and so forth. And we get this one scene. And he's basically doing badminton with this one girl. It's school life shit. It wasn't really anything. There was this one funny part when she's going with him to this party, and he looks at the card, and he reads her sizes. They had me in stitches. But majorly what happened was, let's get to the meat of this episode. We see this guy who seemingly, this happens, we see this guy after we see the sensei, what's her name? Terrible with names. I believe her name was, what was her name? Natsuki. Well, we have Natsuki. She took care of this other guy who was who turned into a beast as well. And after that, we see this guy. And I think his name is Rudolph Gardo. And he basically is looking out of the ship, and he's very, torty, kind of thing. And he's saying that there's the girl behind, what a beautiful girl they sent to protect me. And then she's saying the 4th ancestor is my enemy. We don't know who this girl is yet. At the end of the episode, you get an idea of who she is. But then after that, what ends on happening is while Akatsuki's Kujo is ready to do this badminton thing, he gets attacked by these familiars. This golden lion thing, and she gets shot at too with these arrows supposedly. He's getting attacked by this golden lion thing familiar and a silver one, and then here we see Himeragi showing up, and she's just doing what she does best with that spear and taking them out. And that's when he picks up this black envelope, and he opens it. And apparently they've been invited to a party by the 1st ancestor. And then that was probably the meat of the episode. It was that, and what happens after, and what happened with Suzuki. whatever her name is, the teacher, not Natsuki. So that was the two big things in this episode. So they accept the invite, and I told you about the whole bus thing. That was funny. And the way he was looking at her, because the dress they gave her from the Lion King organization, was really like, well, let's not beat around the bush here. It was showing a lot of shit, a lot of her goods, we'll say. And she's like saying, "Why are you looking at me like that?" And they go into they're ready to go into the party, and then he asks her about this cross as an hairpin on her hair, in her hair. And she says, "Oh yeah, this was given to me by a good friend back in the forest where she was originally, where she was found." And we see this person up there, girl, by the way. It's probably the same girl. I'm betting on it. It's the same girl we saw in the beginning towards the episode when they were on the boat. It was earlier in the boat, in the middle of the way, doing it, her teeth and everything. And they walk in, and they're wondering where this guy is, and he's saying that he's out of place here. So eventually, what happens is they go upstairs of this boat, and the name of the boat was supposedly Black Funeral or something Funeral, Sea of Funeral or something like that. It was a weird name that they had, the name of the boat. It was kind of funny. Funeral in the Sea, I think it was called. And they go upstairs, and they're there, and everything, and they're wondering where he is. No one's here. Out of nowhere, an attack happens, and Kujo, Kujo just says, "Get out of the way," and pushes her out of the way, and boom, he gets attacked by a familiar attack from somebody, and he stops it right there. And then, and then we see the guy. It's the same guy, and he's not the warlord, the first ancestor, but he's like, I think he said he was his assistant, but he wasn't the actual warlord, the actual first ancestor, supposedly. And he's introducing himself, and he apologizes for what he just did, and so on and so forth. And that's where the episode ends. So this episode, and like I said, this episode was fishy because it kept going back and forth with the school stuff and what was really going on. So, but I'm still gonna give this a 4 because of the ending, because Kujo's now gonna go up against this guy. They're probably gonna have like a talk or what have you. And it seems like next week, the girl you saw, oh yeah, she shows up again. And it seems like next week we're going to get a fight between her and I think Himeragi. So, should be interesting. Should be very interesting. But yeah, it's pretty much what happened. And there was an explanation about this whole situation when they were in the supermarket. The first ancestor, apparently, it's the duty of the fourth ancestor to greet the first ancestor. Because there's more than just one ancestor, progenitor. There's the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. And Kujo is the fourth one. So, yeah. But overall, it was a good episode. I mean, not a lot happened, though. That's the only thing. I mean, we had the action in the beginning, another action sequence with Natsuki in the other part. It was really just the ending. That's. I really should be giving this a 3.5. But I'm being kind, hey, I'm being kind. But this, and when you look at it, this really wasn't this episode was more like a setup episode for next week. So I really should be giving this a 3.5. But I'll say roughly 3.5, 4. That's why I give this episode. So yeah. But that's pretty much it, people. Bankai 922. Good episode, just not a lot happened. It was really the ending. Yeah, they put it together. I wonder where this girl, because this girl, I forgot to mention this, is probably the one who gave himeragi the cross-shaped hairpin. She's probably her friend, and it's gonna have this kind of thing going on, kind of thing. So should be interesting, and we'll see how it goes from here with the episodes. I mean, I know some people who shall not be named don't like this show, but I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. I still think it's good. I like the fact that it's still there. It's still there. It has potential still. I want to see Kujo go against the first ancestor and the other ancestor. That's what I really want to see. I want to see that shit go down. That would be awesome. Now this girl, and in the last part I would probably say for this episode review, her friend, arrows. Most likely that's her weapon. She uses arrows. And that's kind of, I'm saying that because of the trailers that I've seen, and because of the intro, because of the closing. So yeah, this girl probably uses arrows, and we're gonna probably see her next week in the next week's episode, and we'll see where it goes from there. So yeah, Bonkai Night 22. I'll see you guys later. Tell me what you guys think. Rate, comment, subscribe. The story. Blah blah blah. Oh, almost forgot. I recorded my brother. It wasn't long. It was only 2 minutes. It's him talking about True Blood a little bit and the X-Men trailer. I'll upload that probably earlier this week. So look forward to that. I'm Bonkai Night 22. I'll see you guys later. Peace.